Top 10 coming right up. Mr. Clicksflix is brought to you by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has the winning role for our gaming needs. You can visit them at LuckyDiceCafe.com or on their Facebook page using the link from the description of this video. Mr. Clicksflix is brought to you by TrollandToad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Please visit TrollandToad.com and use the promo code Mr. Clicksflix for 5% off your Heroclix purchase today. Billy Batson is number 26 in the set. He has the Fawcett City Justice League International, Justice Society, Mystical, and Reporter keywords. He has a special on his movement and a special on his defense. Special on his movement is called The World Needs to Know Your Sins. At the beginning of your turn, you may choose an opposing character within 4 squares in line of fire. Until your next turn, that character can't be given free actions. That is extremely powerful. Free actions would be Perplex, it would be Probability Control, it would be Outwit, it is Sidestep. Tons of things use free actions, and Billy gets rid of them. That is extremely powerful. The special on his defense is called Shazam. Stop, but only once per game. If this click was revealed by damage taken from an opponent's attack, and you paid 40 points for Billy Batson, after resolutions, replace him with number 37A, Shazam, on click number 6. This game, that Shazam can't be healed above click number 6, and when KO'd, instead scores 40 points. So really cool there. You have a chance, if you pay 40 points for him, for a very capable secondary attacker. Once he gets on those clicks, he's taken away free actions, and then he also has a Perplex up there up front. So for 20 points, this guy's just a really good support figure, giving you Perplex while taking away opposing characters' free actions is just phenomenal. And then whenever you throw in, you can pay 20 more points and get a really good, hopefully late game attacker. That's just even better. And then you throw on, he's got Shape Change his last 2 clicks that makes your opponent really think about, do they want to sink an attack that might not even be able to be rolled on a support figure. So definitely one of the 10 best figures in this set. Kid Flash is number 5 in the set. He has the Central City Teens and Speedsters keywords. He has improved movement, ignores elevated and hindering terrain, has one trait called Titans Reborn. When Kid Flash is given a move action after resolution, he can use the Titans team ability at no cost. So for those of you that don't know, Titans team ability basically makes it so that you can heal a friendly character, but it normally costs an action, whereas Kid Flash here makes it so that's not a big deal. He's only 50 points, and the reason he's on this list is because for 50 points, he's a very capable hypersonic harasser, dealing out 3 damage with Shape Change and Super Senses. Really makes your opponent think about whether or not they want to bother attacking him at all. That 10 movement's pretty good for a hypersonic harasser. 10 attack means that you got a reasonable chance, and that 3 damage means that you can crack pretty much all the reducers. Not the flashiest, pun intended, character in this set, but for sure one of the best ones. Will he see meta play? Maybe not, but definitely somebody to consider, and definitely one of the top 10 best in this set. Starfire is number 55 in this set. She has the Outlaws, Teen Titans, Cosmic, and Warrior keywords. She has a trait, a special on her movement, attack, and defense. Her trait is called Titans Reborn. When Starfire is given a move action after resolutions, heal. She can use the Titans team ability at no cost. Again, as we discussed on another figure on this list, that is a very good team ability. Being able to heal without having to give that power action is extremely powerful. The special on her movement is called I can tame any man or creature. Charge, Flurry, Force Blast, Earthbound Neutralize. So that is a very powerful thing there. That means that she can charge, Flurry, and then Force Blast is just innate, so she's always dealing knockback if she wants to. Earthbound Neutralize means she's going to lose that flight ability, but you're going to see on the dial that she more than makes up for it. The special on her attack is called Starbolts. Energy Explosion. Starfire may use it at no cost instead of a range attack while using hypersonic speed. You still have her range. So that's extremely powerful because normally when you're using hypersonic speed, you can't use things like energy explosion. Whereas with Starfire, she has a special that says you can. So really cool there. Then the special on her defense is called Battle Kanga Tournament. Stop combat reflexes. So really cool there. Starfire has 2 different point lines, 100 points and 50 points, has the Titans team ability and Quintessence team ability, so she can't have her powers outwitted. She starts off at 100 points with a 7 range dual target, 11 movement with hypersonic speed and the flight ability, 11 attack with that special, 18 defense with invulnerability, 4 damage with shape change. Then at 50 points, she has a 9 movement with running shot, 11 attack with pulse wave, 17 defense with energy shield deflection, and 3 damage. I think this is somebody that has a possibility of seeing meta play, especially with that cosmic keyword and having running shot and pulse wave for her 50-point line. Although her 100-point line is very capable, I'm sure you're going to see her on a bunch of teams at a home venue because she is really good at either point line. She's phenomenal, but like I said, meta play possibly at the 50-point line with running shot pulse wave. Definitely one of the 10 best figures in this set. Prez Rickard is number 14 in the set, has the politician keyword, and has 2 traits. First trait is called everyone's favorite teenage president. Prez Rickard doesn't count for or against theme teams, so really cool there. Can basically go on any theme team and won't break theme, so that's really good there. Pretty much everybody gets leadership, is what this means as we read further down the card in his other trait, which is called Golden Age of America. Leadership, but succeeds on a 4 through 6. When Prez Rickard uses it and succeeds, instead you may remove 1 action token from any number of opposing characters. For each one removed, remove an action token from a friendly character within 6 squares. So that's really powerful there. What that means is that, let's say you're playing somebody that's spawning a bunch of pogs. You want to get rid of them with your attacker that's a politician. What you do is you roll, you remove the action tokens from the pogs, or the non-main attacker. Let's say they have a support figure. And then you also remove him from your main attacker. Super powerful ability there. He is 35 points and starts off with a 0 range, 7 movement, 0 attack, 18 defense with defend, and 0 damage. Click number 2 is probably his best click, where he has a 6 movement, 0 range, 18 defense with defend, 0 damage, but with perplex. So that 18 defense is actually pretty good with defend, because you can share that defense out with friendly characters. Then he has that perplex, so you could perplex him up to a 19 if you wanted to, if you're thinking defensive-mindedly. And then you can also remove action tokens with leadership. Just really a good little niche figure that a lot of people are underestimating. Don't think he's going to be meta ultimately, but I do think he's going to see a lot of at least fun casual play. And I feel like he is, in fact, one of the 10 best figures in this set. Tempest is number 28 in the set, has the Atlantis, Teen Titans, and mystical keywords. Has 2 traits. First one is called Water Wizard, freeze it or boil it. Smoke Cloud as free, but Tempest generates water markers instead of hindering terrain. Free, choose an opposing character occupying water terrain within range and roll a d6. 3 or 4, give that character an action token. 5 or 6, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. So that's phenomenal. Free action Smoke Cloud is great. Free action Water for certain characters is phenomenal. But then also the ability to basically free generate that, and then on the same turn, free try to give them a token or deal them penetrating damage is phenomenal. So you have basically a 66% chance of doing something that is good with this. And I know when I used him in the sealed tournament, this guy was probably the MVP of my team because of it. Then he has that Titans Reborn trait, which we've seen a couple other times in this list. When Tempest is given a move action after resolution, he can use the Titans team ability at no cost. Tempest is 75 points, has the Titans team ability, has a 6 range single target, 9 movement with the dolphin symbol and charge, 10 attack with super strength, 17 defense with toughness, 3 damage with perplex. Is this guy meta? Maybe. He definitely likes getting along with King Shark to give him those water tokens. And certain other aquatic themed figures will really like him. Plus, he's able to support with that Perplex that's on there. So I think the jury's going to be out for him, at least for me, for a little bit, as to whether or not he's truly meta. But he's definitely very good, a character that a lot of people were wanting made for a long time. And in my opinion, one of the 10 best figures in this set. Raven is number 40 in the set. She has the Teen Titans, Monster, and Mystical keywords. She has one trait, special on her movement, and a special on her damage. Her trait is called Titans Reborn. When Raven is given a move action after resolution, she can use the Titans team ability at no cost. Again, as we've said a couple of times in this list, that's pretty decent on its own. The special on her movement is called Travel Through My Soul Self. Phasing Teleport, Stealth, Passenger 3, but only to carry characters that share a keyword with her, regardless of flight ability. So really cool there. Monster and Mystical are really strong keywords. There tend to be a lot of flyers in Mystical, not so monsters. So Monster is a really strong keyword right now. I'd say probably top 3 right now. So they got a mass transporter on their hands. Mystical gets another mass transporter. Phasing Teleport means auto breakaway. Stealth is just good too. Then the special on her damage is called Imparting My Soul Self to Others, Perplex, Probability Control, Support. So 3 of the better support powers in the game she has. She has 2 different point lines, 65 and 50 points. Has the Mystics and Titans team ability. Has a 5 range single target. At 65 points, starts off with an 11 movement with that special, 11 attack, 17 defense, super senses, 1 damage with that special. Then at 50 points, she starts off with a 10 movement with that special, 11 attack, Psychic Blast, 17 defense, Energy Shield Deflection, 1 damage with that special. So both point lines are good for her. It just depends on how much of that special support power you want. After she loses it, she does get Perplex and then 2 clicks of Outwit. So she does have some tricks in her bag for after that. But it just depends on if you want 3 clicks or just 1 click of that special as to what point line you play her. But definitely a meta figure, given that she's a transporter and has 2 of the strongest generic keywords in the game. Had to be on this list of top 10 figures for this set. Mr. Oz is number 52 in the set, has the Kryptonian, Cosmic, and Scientist keywords. Has 1 trait, a special on his movement, special on his attack, special on his defense, and special on his damage. His trait is called Waiting for the Time to Be Right. If Mr. Oz is 40 points, he is KO'd when his dial clicks past the red KO line, Protected Pulse Wave. So how his dial works is his first 2 clicks are his 40-point clicks, and then after that is what you get extra at 100 points, which is a little bit different than how dials normally work. So that's why that's up there. Then the special on his movement is called Technologies of My Own Design. Free. Place Mr. Oz in a square within 6 squares. That's just pretty cool there. He can go within 6 squares and he's being placed, so he can still do things. Then the special on his attack is called Intercept the Projection. Telekinesis. Whenever a character is placed by telekinesis, after resolutions, you may place that character within 2 squares in line of fire of their current square. So it's really important to notice that it says whenever that character is placed by telekinesis, it's not just his telekinesis. So if you have another TKer on your team, that will trigger this also, which is really cool. So really it's an 8 square TK, which is how it used to be before the 2017 rules change, and I'm a fan of that. Then the special on his defense is called The Time is Right. Stop, Invincible. Mr. Oz can't be healed above this click this game. So stop clicks, I'm generally a fan of those. And then the special on his damage is called Manipulate from Another Dimension. Probability Control with a range value of 12. When Mr. Oz uses it, he can use Improved Targeting, Ignores, Blocking, Elevated, and Characters. Like I said, has 2 different point lines, 100 points and 40 points. Has the has the Hyper Time and Superman team abilities. Has a 7 range single target, and at 100 points and 40 points starts off at the same starting line. 7 movement with stealth and the flight ability, 10 attack with a special, 18 defense with super senses, 1 damage with that special. And then after that, he turns into a range combat beat stick, being able to be placed 6 squares and then Psychic Blast. So just pretty cool there, but definitely going to see a ton of play at 40 points with the Cosmic keyword. Cosmic just keeps getting stronger and stronger. That's probably one of the best generic keywords in the game right now, and this guy's definitely one of the best figures in this set. Shazam is number 37A in the set. He has the Fawcett City, Justice League International, Justice Society, Deity, and Mystical keywords. Has 2 traits and a special on his attack. His first trait is called Wisdom of Solomon. When Shazam starts the game, choose 1. Outwit, opposing probability control, pulse wave, mind control. This game, Shazam has protected X, where X is the chosen power. So the ability to choose what you're protected against is just really good, especially you'll get a chance to see your opponent's team, see what you need protection from. If they don't have outwit, no point in picking protected outwit. If they don't really have too much prob, no point in picking that. So you can really customize it to whoever you're playing, which is good. His other trait is called Power of Zeus. At the end of your turn, if Shazam has not been moved or placed, this turn give him a Zeus's Might token. Modify Shazam's defense +1 for each Zeus's Might token he has. When Shazam moves or is placed, remove all Zeus's Might tokens. So that's pretty cool there. The ability to get +3 defense if you leave him in one space for 3 turns is just pretty cool. And then you lose it if you move, but still, that's just neat. It encourages you to play him in a certain way, which he can play in. So then the special on his attack is called Thunder Strike. Quake. Shazam may use it at no cost instead of a close attack while using hypersonic speed. So normally when you use hypersonic speed, you can't use Quake. He can use Quake with his hypersonic speed, which is just really cool. He has 2 different point lines, 100 points and 200 points. Has the JLA and Mystical team abilities. Has a 3 range single target. At 200 points, starts off with an 11 movement with hypersonic speed and the flight ability, 11 attack with that special, 18 defense with invincible and indomitability, 4 damage with probability control. Then at 100 points, has an 11 movement with charge, 11 attack with super strength, 17 defense with impervious, and 3 damage with empower. Both point lines are really good. I have a hard time not picking hypersonic speed where you can use Quake and have prob, but both point lines are really good and definitely have their place. Mystics definitely picked up a heavy hitter with him. For sure, one of the top 10 figures of this set. Bizarro is number 59B in the set. Has the Outlaws, Brute, and Monster keywords. Has improved movement, destroys blocking, and 2 traits. His first trait is called Dark Trinity. When Bizarro attacks, modify attack +1 for each friendly character with the Outlaws keyword adjacent to the target. So pretty cool there. +1 attack to what are some pretty impressive attack values is really going to help him hit. Then his other trait is called Freeze Vision. When Bizarro hits 1 or more characters after resolutions, roll a d6. 4 or 5, a hit character gains a mobile until your next turn. 6, all hit characters gain a mobile until your next turn. So that's really cool there. And you'll see once we look at the dial here why that's important. He's 125 points, has the Outsiders team ability, has a 3 range single target, starts off with an 11 movement with charge and the flight ability, 11 attack with Quake, 18 defense with invincible and indomitability, 5 damage with Battle Fury. So the Quake works with his Freeze Vision. So what you're able to do is you're able to charge up Quake, hopefully for, with a 13 attack, dealing 2 damage to everybody, and then you can give everybody basically a mobile after the turn, which is just phenomenal. For 125 points, this guy is a phenomenal beat stick, really survivable, never drops below a 10 attack, never drops below 3 damage, just always able to do something that will help out his team. Definitely one of the 10 best figures in this set, in my opinion. Rounding out this list, we have the Murder Machine, number 62 in the set. He has the Dark Knights, Armor, Monster, and Robot keywords. He has improved targeting, destroys blocking, has 3 traits and a special on his damage. His first trait is called the Alfred Protocol, Knockback. When the Murder Machine KOs an opposing character, doesn't include KOs by knockback. After resolutions, he may make an attack, can trigger multiple times per turn. So that's really cool there. We're seeing a lot of figures like that now where they can, if they KO a figure, they get to do it again. This guy's definitely going to see a lot of meta play because of that. Then his other trait is called Reckless Disregard for Life. Once per turn, when the Murder Machine targets and hits a single opposing character with a close attack, after resolutions, deal each other character that is adjacent to either the Murder Machine or the target 1 penetrating damage. Includes friendly characters and usually the target. So pretty cool there. Dealing 1 extra damage is always good, even though it doesn't seem like he plays very well with his teammates. Then his other trait is called We Will Not Hide in the Shadows Anymore. When the Murder Machine occupies clear terrain and his targeted by a ranged attack, modify defense +1. When targeted by an opposing character that can use stealth, modify defense +1. When targeted by an opposing character occupying hindering terrain, modify defense +1. The modifiers stack. So that's really cool there. Definitely themey. So if Batman with a Batman team ability is trying to hit him from stealth with a ranged attack, he gets +3 defense. So really cool there. Then the special on his damage is called Technomorphing, Probability Control, Shape Change. So really good there. The Murder Machine has 2 different point lines, 200 points and 100 points. At 200 points, starts off with a 7 range to dual target, 10 attack with 10 movement with running shot, 12 attack with energy explosion, 18 defense with invincible and indomitability, 4 damage with that special. Then at 100 points has a 9 movement with sidestep, 11 attack with energy explosion, 18 defense with invincible, 4 damage with that special. Both point lines are really good, but I think 100 points definitely distills him down to his essence. This is for sure going to be a meta figure and definitely one of the best figures in this set. Alright guys, that is my list of the top 10 best figures in DC Rebirth. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite figures are from this set. Really enjoy reading that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. Really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. That's all I have for you today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.